Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction video. We got the Houston Texans hype is legit. Let's check this out.
Everyone loves a good underdog story. A story of a player, a team, or that one moment in time when David battles against Goliath and wins. The NFL is filled with tales like these that will remain forever engraved in its history. Like the New York Jets performing the miracle on ice to beat the heavily favored Baltimore Colts in Super Bowl III.
The game is over. The New York Jets are the world champions. They have upset the Baltimore Colts and beat them handily here today.
Kurt Warner's improbable journey to become the leader of the greatest show on turf, the high-flying offense of the St. Louis Rams.
It is caught by Dyson. Can he get in? No,
iconic, bro. That's tough. Imagine losing a Super Bowl like that. Damn, bro.
Tom Brady's origin story in the 2001-2002 season that led to the rise of one of the most powerful and successful dynasties in the history of sports.
Was that when they won back-to-back Super Bowls?
And the Patriots have won Super Bowl 36. Unbelievable.
Eli Manning and Plaxico Burress orchestrating the legendary helmet catch in Super Bowl 42 to defeat the undefeated New England Patriots.
That's tough, man.
Stays on his feet. Airs it out down the field. It is caught by Tyree.
Every few years, the underdog rises again against all odds to shock the football gods. And last year, it was CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans. Coming into the 2023 NFL season, everybody, including NFL analysts,
I didn't even know CJ was going to be that good, bro. I'm pretty sure nobody did. For real.
Poor season for the youngest franchise in the NFL. It's rebuild mode in Houston, experts said.
And I guarantee you, if he wouldn't have gotten hurt, bro, he would have finished probably top 3 in MVP voting.
Coach, they said, a rookie QB,
because he was definitely in that conversation before he got hurt.
Team, some preached,
but he could definitely win it this year.
Crazy. I cannot overstate what a long-term disaster I think the Texans draft is going to prove to be.
There might have been only a few who dared to predict the year the Texans were about to have.
CJ Stroud's ability to make high-level throws and just drop the ball in receivers' pockets, hit them in the chest, wherever, it's off the charts good. It's off the charts good.
But the year was glorious. Like all underdog stories, theirs too began slowly. They began their season by losing the first 2 games. But game in and game out, the young Texans team gained their groove.
That's one thing about young teams, bro. It's going to take them a while to really start clicking. But shit, they started to really hit their stride in this game, though.
For a Texan touchdown.
To skip to the end, the Texans ended the season 10-7, clinching the AFC South title for the first time since 2019 and clinching a playoff berth.
It's in Minshew's hand.
Yeah, I remember this, bro. I remember watching this shit live. I felt so bad for him right here, bro. Even though that ball was a little low, he's got to catch that, but I felt so bad for him. Damn, bro. And niggas was really getting on his top because of that, bro. I felt so bad when they were doing like the little press conference or whatever, and like, bro, nigga was looking sad as hell, bro.
And they take over.
Damn.
Up by 6.
People got to remember that, you know what I'm saying, football players are human as well.
They hosted the heavily favored Cleveland Browns. And guess what? Against all odds, they won.
Good protection, loads it up, fires downfield. Excellent touch. Perfectly delivered. Touchdown, Dalton Schultz.
However, their journey came short in the AFC divisional game when they lost to the Baltimore Ravens.
Yes,
but there is no shame in losing to John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson, at least for now.
And John Harbaugh with his
Lamar's 2-0 against CJ Stroud. Hey, we played him on Christmas this year, bro. Let's make it 3-0. It's going to be a dogfight, though, for sure. And that shit is not going to be easy whatsoever.
At the end of the season, analysts proclaimed it to be a Cinderella story, a twist only possible in the NFL. And now that the new season is upon us, the Texans are no longer being called the underdogs, but instead true Super Bowl contenders.
And it's crazy what type of turn they took, bro. From being one of the worst teams in the NFL a couple seasons ago to being possibly Super Bowl favorites, bro. That shit is crazy. Shout out D'Amico Ryans for really turning that shit around.
Coaching staff. The only thing that can stop them are injuries and complacency, and I don't think the complacency even sits in with these guys.
And if you don't understand the hype around the Houston Texans right now, let me explain it. Looking back, the Texans' dream year shouldn't have been such a big surprise. At the beginning of the 2023 season, the Texans hired one of the more promising young coaches in the league, D'Amico Ryans. Ryans, a former 49ers defensive coordinator, was also a former Texans linebacker from 2006-2011. Houston knew D'Amico was a Texan through and through, and if they wanted a culture change, they couldn't have hired D'Amico was a Texan through and through, and if they
what is this workout right here, bro?
Wanted a culture change.
What is this?
They couldn't have hired a better person.
I don't remember doing that shit when I used to
during the
play football,
2023 NFL draft, GM Nick Caserio schooled everyone on how a draft is done. The Texans were set on finding their cornerstone players both on defense and offense. With a second overall pick in the draft, they drafted their QB of the future, C.J. Stroud. Then they aggressively moved up in the draft and selected defensive end Will Anderson Jr., a top 5 player in the entire draft.
The Texans have traded with the Cardinals, and they are now on the clock with back-to-back picks. They made the second overall pick, C.J. Stroud. Now they are taking the third overall pick.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Truly rebuild, and they have taken Will Anderson Jr., linebacker out of Alabama.
And let me give you a spoiler. C.J. Stroud ended up winning the Offensive Rookie of the Year award, and Will Anderson Jr. ended up winning the Defensive Rookie of the Year award.
I wish they did like the awards just like how Madden does it when you have the AFC Offensive Player of the Year and the NFC Offensive Player of the Year. Like, I wish they would split it by conferences instead of just having it all together.
AP Rookie of the Year is,
so some people don't get snubbed.
Family Ties, C.J. Stroud.
And the 2023 AP Defensive Rookie of the Year is
Will Anderson Jr.
Well done, Houston. But the 2023 draft aside, with plenty of picks the Texans got from the Deshaun Watson trade, Nick Caserio has been quietly building a superstar team. Some of the players he drafted include young stars and talents such as wide receiver Tank Dell, center Juice Scruggs, linebacker Henry To'o.
They're basically the Green Bay Packers
safety
of the AFC.
Offensive lineman Kenyon Green, running back Damian Pierce, wide receiver Nico Collins, and many others. And these players have been making waves since they arrived in the league. I don't know how the entire NFL missed what the Texans were doing all this time.
Clock down to 2. The snap, the blitz is on. The throw is out. He's got him.
Nico
Collins inside the 40. First down, Texans.
Junior Dream Team aside, we must give some love to C.J. Stroud, their leader, their maestro, and a QB with a Hall of Fame career ahead of him.
To the end zone, touchdown, Tank Dell!
After a challenging narrative this young man had to face during the pre-draft process, he silenced the doubters the first time he stepped
100%.
onto the football field. He became the only player in NFL history to start a career with 121 pass attempts without an interception.
That's a crazy ass stat line.
That this is what C.J. Stroud was going to do on Sundays in the men's league. He is phenomenal.
Who's going to be the C.J. Stroud of this
which
year?
Which is a record for the most amount of yards thrown in a game by a rookie.
And that was just the beginning. C.J. leapfrogged from one game to the next, showing poise and growth like no other QB in the league.
Down Boone, by the way, in the backfield. Pass is caught. It's a diving grab. Touchdown, Texans.
But like every hero, ours too has an origin story. And it was not only his to tell, but the entire team's. If there was one game that showed us how the sky is the limit for C.J. Stroud, it was the Week 9 game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 470 passing yards. The most by any rookie in a single game in the history of the NFL. 5 passing TDs. Tied for the most passing TDs by
This
a rookie
really
in a single
showed
game.
off how good C.J. Stroud was in this game.
Gets there for 2. C.J. Stroud
Loves to squabble.
If you still don't believe me, watch the game. But a team is not always judged by the numbers. There are intangibles that weave a story. The Texans changed their culture unlike any other team in the NFL in recent memory. Their young players battled adversity from the first to the last day, came across stronger. Together, they showed brotherhood, willing to fight till the last play, never gave up, never backed down. And that was the story of the Houston Texans last year. If last season was just the first chapter of their story, you can imagine what the next one has in store for them and us.
Incredible. come from behind win for the Houston Texans.
At the end of the season, the Houston Texans showed the entire league that they have a team worthy of a Lombardi trophy. They have a future superstar QB, one of the best defensive players in the league.
And with them having, you know what I'm saying, superstar QB on a rookie scale contract, they can continue to put as many weapons as possible around them. That's why they went out and got Stephon Diggs. I believe Diggs is on the last year of his contract though. But if Diggs does, you know what I'm saying, play good, they may be able to bring him back, you know?
A winning culture.
But they've got a great three-headed monster, bro. Receiver trio with him,
across the board.
Nico Collins, and Tank Dell.
To have all this. But the Texans aren't complacent. They know they can be the best and are willing to do anything to make it happen. Fast forward several months later, and as the Houston Texans are getting ready for the new season, their expectations and projections are skyrocketing. Why? If you think their team was good last year, well, how should we put this? It got even better over the last few months.
My number one team would be the Houston Texans, though. And I don't care how good they were last year, with the additions that they made championship additions.
Besides being able to keep and extend their best veteran players, they added some game-changing studs along the way. They brought in 2 proven defensive playmakers, defensive tackle Denico Autry,
is
Aziz
Denico Autry is one of the most underrated defensive linemen in the NFL.
From the Tennessee Titans.
Like, he is so good.
Two-time Super Bowl champion punter Tommy Townsend.
Oh,
from
Townsend's
the Kansas City
on
Chiefs.
the Texans now?
Tommy Townsend, the least used punter in the NFL.
Cornerback C.J. Henderson from the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, the cadence. Geno Smith under
Yeah, CJ's a bust as of right now. Maybe he'll
running back
click with
Joe
the Texans.
Mixon from the Cincinnati Bengals.
No, it's going to go to Mixon, dancing around, edging to the right.
This Mixon pickup was huge for them now.
Danielle Hunter, one of the league's best defensive ends.
In the pocket, in trouble, and they've got him. Danielle Hunter with the sack.
And many more. And yeah, to put the cherry on top of the cake, they traded for one of the best receivers in the league, Stephon Diggs.
Up, and now floating it downfield, and Diggs is behind the secondary. Stumbles, but brings it in.
I wonder how the rest of the teams in their division feel. Well, not just their division. How does the rest of the NFL feel after the offseason the Texans had? If winning a Super Bowl is a recipe, the Texans have all the ingredients. So what do you think? Do you think the Houston Texans hype is legit? Do they have what it takes to take one step further?
You know what I'm saying? They played good last year without all the new additions, but now adding, you know what I'm saying, big key pieces to their team to make CJ Stroud even better than he was his rookie year is gonna, it's gonna skyrocket them to the fucking moon,
If you end up enjoying
bro.
this video, please subscribe. It's free and you can always change your mind. Anyways, wherever you are in the world, be the GOAT of that moment. Stay goated.
Hey man, what do you guys think about the Houston Texans hype? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on post notifications, notified whenever I drop another banger video. One road to 300 subs. Help me get there for more banger NFL content like this. And without further ado, I'm out. Gang!